as a skinny fat guy, there are certain habits that you cannot do if you want to get lean or if you want to lose the skinny fat physique. And these are just 4 habits in general, but there is a lot more, but these are the 4 ones that I experienced the most. And when I defeated them is when I defeated the skinny fat physique. So if you feel like I have a lot of knowledge in this video and my credentials is not my physique obviously, but being a coach for 3 years, I hope you guys enjoy this one because I'm going to enjoy making it. Like I always do, I have no script other than this bit of paper right here. As you can see, there's literally half a page. So I'm kind of going off my own head here. I've got a couple prompts, but in terms of, I like to freestyle these videos because anyone can chat GBT from Wish, anyone can gain that information, and it's just boring. Like, no one wants to hear me speak in a monotone voice, no emotion, just stuff that anyone can research. I want to go off my own knowledge. But yes, there is habits that you do every single day that will make it not only a struggle. I'm not saying people that do these habits cannot be in shape, but it makes it very, very difficult, and you need to kind of either reduce them or quit them completely. For me, it was quit them completely because even when I reduce something, I'm still not addicted, but I'm still attached to them. Like, I still have them in my head mentally. I'm towards them, if that makes sense. So number 1 is that you see yourself as the 9 to 5 worker, or you see yourself as the person that works at the office trying to get in shape, which I see this very, very common, is that people feel like they're too busy or their lifestyle is impossible to get in shape because they work an office job or they work loads in the week, or they label themselves as their job title, and by doing that, they instantly put themselves at a disadvantage because they use that as an excuse when they inevitably want to go to the gym or start eating healthier. It's like they can't because they are this fit. So my number 1 fix for this, and I know a lot of people struggle with this as well, but you need to start moving towards the athlete personality or the athlete mindset. You need to start doing things, slowly take step by step to see yourself as more as an athlete, pretty much. So whatever you feel like makes you feel more in shape, or even if you hit the gym once or twice per week, you can see yourself as an athlete. It's all perception. Like, it's all in your own head. And a lot of things, like one of the biggest things for me that started when I was out of shape to get myself in that athlete mindset was simply just getting stuff an athlete would get. So like, I would get my shaker bottle, I'd maybe take some pre-workout, take some creatine, or buy some gym clothes like I'm wearing now. I only wear gym clothes, and that helps me see myself as an athlete because I'm constantly in gym clothes, because an athlete's always in gym clothes or in athletic gear, ready to go at any point. I know it seems a little bit cringe at times, but it's better than seeing yourself as like hunched over desk worker kind of typing 9 to 5, because you can make all the excuses that you don't have any time or you have too much responsibility right now or now's not the right time. But then you look at like Jeff Bezos, or you look at Elon Musk, maybe not Elon Musk, but you look at Jeff Bezos, you look at even Mr. Beast, who lost like 60, 70 pounds. And he's the biggest YouTuber on the planet. Jeff Bezos owns Amazon, one of the best, biggest entrepreneurs right now. Had a crazy transformation, went from like a skinny nerd to buff. Mr. Beast lost crazy amount of weight and started to pack on muscle. And the thing is, they know themselves that fitness is a non-negotiable. So think about the amount of hours they're working. They're working every single hour of the day. So if they can still make an hour, like not even an hour, but something to progress their fitness, you can as well. Whether it's at your work, whether it's after your work, whether it's getting involved with somebody else or connecting with somebody about it. sorry about that. But that's the thing, is you can make all the excuses, and you can say they have money or they own a company so they don't have to run it, but you're just lying to yourself if you say that, and that's the worst part. But I mean, you have to quit thinking like that, and it's more of a mindset thing. Like, in terms of not seeing yourself as the gym goer or as the athlete mindset. And anyone can see themselves as an athlete because it's all perception and it's all standard as well. It's all standards according to what you think. But number 2 is another, I wouldn't even call this a habit, but it is, I guess it is, the lack of asking for help or the habit of wanting to do everything on your own. And I'm not saying to go get a coach or sign up with me or plug your email in, link in bio to get 50 days and 50 ways on how to lose fat or anything like that. But it's just to speak to somebody. Literally just speak to somebody about your goals so they know. So when you speak to them again, they're like, oh, how's the fitness goals going? And you're like, oh, I'm not doing that anymore. It's like all of a sudden you realize you've told somebody it's now more serious. Or you can start going to the gym with somebody else. Or you can simply just ask somebody, get a different opinion, a different perspective of your fitness goals right now, and ask them what you want is achievable. Or like ask them a question about some advice. Maybe something that you're struggling with or something that you can maybe use from them. Because especially if you go to the gym, the people that make the most progress is the people that work out with the people bigger than them, or the people that engage with the people that are bigger than them or know more than them. Because just by speaking to them, you are gaining a lot of their knowledge. And that's why I have my DMs always open. People are so scared to contact the coach because of the reputation of coaching. People love to think that they just try to sell you all the time. But realistically, I would not be making this free YouTube video or free Instagram content or free TikTok content or anything like that if my sole goal was to sell. I would make zero content. I would spend my entire day messaging everyone I know if they wanted coaching. I give as much education as I can because I know it would help somebody. And that's the reason I do it. Because I know this could be the lever that gives somebody the support, the accountability that they need to prevent them from being locked inside and not scared to reach out for help. Because especially as a man, you want to do everything on your own. Coming from my own experience, I hated asking for help, especially when I was in school. I used to want to do everything on my own. If I made a mistake, I would always try to rectify it on my own before I asked somebody to help me out. Because I don't know, it's kind of like a masculine thing, right? We just hate doing it, and you need to stop doing that, because the moment you do it, the moment you start asking for help, the progress you make is absolutely insane. And that's why mentorships, accountability partners, group chats, they will be the biggest game changers when it comes to making progress. And you can even see some of the testimonials that I've put out on my Instagram of how much people say a community has helped them build their physique or build their standards up or be more motivated in their fitness journey, because it's huge. But number 3 is you need to be quitting the random social events that mean literally nothing to you, or the ones that you get asked to go and you're like, maybe I might go, and you turn up anyway as like a surprise. But the thing is, you can have your social events, but only if they mean something to you. If you're just going out for a drink randomly on a Saturday, like you are sabotaging yourself, because what does that say about your discipline during the week? What does that say about the weekend you damaging the Monday to Friday you? It's like you are just, fair enough if you've got like a birthday coming up, but if it's something that's like spontaneous or all of a sudden that you just jump into, then you're sabotaging your goals. Because let's say you got a birthday coming up on Saturday. You know the birthday's on Saturday. So Monday to Friday, you're going to limit yourself that little bit more so you can afford to go a little bit more crazy on the birthday. But if somebody asks you to go out on that Saturday, randomly, and you say, yeah, you are sabotaging because you've not planned for that. And that is exactly why you are constantly in this cycle, because you start again on Monday and you damage all your progress on the Saturday, Sunday. And although you're making progress, the progress you make in 6 to 12 months, you can make in 6 to 12 weeks without these random social events. And I know it's a little bit of a brutal truth, but someone needs to tell you, because I know as a coach, you don't want to hear that, but I'm not the coach that's going to hold your hand and be nice to you everywhere you go. I'm going to be honest with what you need to do and what you need to do to get the result that you're after. Because if we're being realistic, you're not going to get the result if you're doing the random socials. That leads me on to number 4, well, it doesn't really, is the habit of sleeping in. And I'm recording, my bed's actually behind me, but I have not missed a day of waking up at 6 a.m. for the last year. And that's not to brag, but if you are sleeping in most mornings, or let's say you work Monday to Friday, and then Saturday, Sunday, you don't have work, and then you sleep in or you wake up at a different time, you are not getting as quality sleep or as great recovery as you possibly can. So most of your fat loss and most of the physique changes is going to happen in your sleep. So if you're not nailing that sleep in, then you're going to struggle. You're going to real struggle. And the biggest tip I can give you is when you're going to bed at night, you need at least 30 minutes to an hour before you go to bed to start to have a nighttime routine. So basically change your phone. There's a setting on your iPhone that you can change that when it hits a specific time, your phone goes onto nighttime mode, or everything starts to go orangey red, and all of a sudden the blue light is limited. It's still there, but it's limited. Then, maybe 20-30 minutes before you go to bed, you can start to read. For example, on my bedtime desk, I have an old-fashioned book. And the biggest tip I can give you with reading and getting into reading to actually keep reading is to get some headphones and get Audible as well, and get the audiobook as well as the actual book. So you can read and listen at the same time. So when your phone inevitably buzzes, or if you get a phone, you get distracted, you've got your headphones on, you can't hear it, and you're only reading the book. So what I would do is I would set a time on my phone, turn on the audiobook, start reading, and as soon as that timer goes off, that's my reading time finished. And then I can go to bed, happy days, with basically easing the mind. And by reading before you go to bed, it calms the mind. Like any activity that you had in the day no longer stresses you out because you're locked in the book. So for example, if I've had a stressful day and then I read, I'm almost in a completely different world. So when I sleep, my mind is reset. And that's what a lot of people struggle with sleep, is that they can't forget about the stressful day, or they struggle to unwind. So when they go to bed, they've got so many things on their mind that they just can't sleep and they're too stressed. And reading has helped me with that substantially. So sorry about that. Is that would be my biggest game changer. And obviously with the alarm situation, waking up at 6, I would set my phone on the desk to the right. You can't really see it, but that is away from my bed, out of reach from my bed. So when it goes off, I have to physically reach to grab my phone. I have to get up out of my bed to get my phone instead of like rolling across, turning off the alarm. I have to get out of my bed to turn off my alarm. And by the time I'm out my bed, I'm not going to jump back in, if that makes sense, after switching it off, because I'm standing up, ready to go. And at that point, my day starts. So that would be the 4 biggest habits you need to quit to finally lose skinny fat. Like I said, if you want help losing skinny fat, there's a free resource in the description, 50 days and 50 ways to lose the skinny fat. Like I said, there's tons of stuff in there. All my knowledge is pretty much compacted in there, and literally emailed every single day, under 60 seconds to read, all the knowledge that you need and everything you need to lose a skinny fat physique. If you enjoyed this one, you know what to do, and just remember to take your creatine. I'll see you guys in the next one.